Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now April 14th of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2's finale, when we got the entrance of young Luke Skywalker in the mix by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Peyton the director, who did a fantastic job, I must add, is that a lot of fans were very excited at the time about what was to come with the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we do know that as of right now, there are a lot of things going on. We have, of course, everything that happened with the Gina Carano situation. We have other aspects, happening on the set of the Andor TV series. That's moving along very smoothly so far. And everything related to the Ahsoka Tano and Kenobi series, that's also going to be the two big hit installments on Disney+. Now, looking ahead of all of this, we obviously know that Disney and Lucasfilm have been very much working very hard around the clock to make things right for the Star Wars fandom, especially Jon Favreau, alright? The guy who really turned Star Wars around when it came to The Mandalorian Season 2, without a doubt. Now, the thing about Jon Favreau is that this is a man that is dedicated to his work. He's a passionate Star Wars fan, he cares about the entire fandom, and we've seen this time and time again, that Kathleen Kennedy, when it comes to her, that she is nothing but a force of destruction, where meanwhile Jon Favreau is a person that is able to really bring the fans together, and that's very inspiring. So, looking beyond all of this, what's really intriguing all has to do with what's been going on with Jon Favreau. We do know that Jon Favreau has a lot of tricks up his sleeve when it comes to Star Wars. We've got Rangers, alright, the reformed version of Rangers of the New Republic. We've got other TV shows, Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, and a whole lot more to come on our way. So, with that being said, of course, what's really intriguing all has to do with, of course, Jon Favreau's plan with Gina Carano. Now that, of course, Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new universe, such as projects like Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Andor, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are hard at work on developing projects such as The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4 back-to-back. Now, it's noted that since the Gina Carano firing, many setbacks have been put in place behind the scenes for some shows that were going to feature Cara Dune. Further, it's noted that Jon Favreau has a major plan in place in order to attempt to bring back actress Gina Carano for, of course, his reformed version of Rangers of the New Republic. It's best described that Favreau is planning to meet up with the higher-ups over at Disney next month to discuss ways to bring back Gina Carano into, of course, not just Rangers of the New Republic, but also The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4 in different ways. Jon Favreau is trying his absolute hardest to get her back, where Favreau's plan is to try and convince many of the Disney board members to come to an agreement to speak with Gina Carano in order to arrange getting rehired for such projects within the Star Wars universe, and that Jon is set to provide Disney further proof that the fans are angry with how Lucasfilm handled the Gina firing, and that many fans have turned on Star Wars. Jon Favreau is described to be planning all of this behind the scenes, and is doing so since he cares for the entire fandom staying together and connected and satisfied with the Star Wars universe. Dave Filoni, however, is described to be keeping himself out of all of this and is busy writing the Ahsoka Tano TV series, set to star Rosario Dawson in 2022 or 23. Now, Gina Carano, however, is still set to provide new interviews next month in May, leading into June, to tell more stories about the employees over at Lucasfilm, and will further reveal more about the poor leadership over there. So, one thing about Gina Carano is that we've talked about this a couple of days ago, is that even if she's offered to come back officially, I'm not even quite sure if she would accept it. I know that we discussed this a couple days ago, and a lot of you guys actually disagreed, and a lot of you guys also agreed. It's a real, different type of scenario here, because specific fans feel that she should have some self-respect and not even accept to come back. Other fans believe that she should come back in a heartbeat because, well, it's Star Wars and because it would be great for the fans, and I understand that. I still stick by my opinion, and I still stand by what I believe in, is that she should still have some form of self-respect. If she is offered, maybe she should really think it over carefully, that even if she were to come back, that this would never have to happen again, that she could never be mistreated in such a way that nothing would ever happen to her like that again, and that it must be guaranteed. You know, she's really got to at least minimum think it over if she was actually to be offered this on an official scale. About Jon Favreau, alright, this is a very interesting transition here, because we also know that Rangers is going through a lot of changes right now. Originally, Cara Dune was going to be the main character. That is no longer the case, sadly. But they are going to be replacing her character with a fan-favorite character. We're not quite sure exactly who that is just yet. There's been a lot of talk that it could very well be Leia in animated form, like a CGI type of thing that we saw in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. There's been a lot of talk about this. Or it could even be somebody from Star Wars Rebels. That's also been the talk about who's to replace as the main character in, of course, Rangers. Now, the Ahsoka Tano TV series, we also know that Jon Favreau is very busy developing that with Dave Filoni. This is going to be by far the most important TV series, aside from, of course, the Kenobi TV series overall, because of multiple reasons. It's going to deal with the worlds between worlds. It's going to deal with different realms, such as the realm of Mortis and the netherworld of the Force, and all these different aspects that we have yet to see in live action form. You know, we have yet to see the worlds between worlds and the netherworld and everything else that comes in between in live action, and that really is going to be a big deal. Keep in mind that director J.J. Abrams originally tried to do this in episode 9 before it was deleted because of Kathleen Kennedy wanting to do different scenes than all of this altogether. So when you look at the roadmap from 2021 leading all the way so far into 2024, that's where all the projects are pouring in onto the Disney Plus platform. So they're pretty much planning to eventually have 3 projects showcasing a year. That's their major plan. They at least want 3 TV shows a year on Disney Plus when it comes to this franchise. If you look at Marvel, they're doing something similar. I mean, look at what we got already this year alone. We got WandaVision, we got Loki, we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, all those different shows that have been arriving on the platform. So Lucasfilm wants to do something very similar to that. They're very ambitious about that. They're very goal-oriented right now. You can call it damage control, you can call anything else, but that's exactly what they are. They're very determined when it comes to really trying to build this franchise again from the ground up, because they do realize, there's no doubt about this, that the Disney higher-ups, the board members, at least some of them, realize that there is a lot of fans that turned away from the franchise, not just because of the sequels, but also because of the Gina situation, everything that happened, behind the scenes for The Mandalorian Season 3, when it was being pretty much, written in the early stages, and how she was fired so unprofessionally through social media, and that was just the beginning of it all. So Jon and Dave are trying to reverse that in a very respectful way. So, like I've said before, I think that obviously they're very much on track. They know what they're doing. When it comes to Jon and Dave, they know what they're doing. They're also working close with Lucas to really get the ball rolling when it comes to this new expanded universe overall. So yeah, guys, like I've said before, I think that they know what they're, pretty much set to do. They have their eyes on Star Wars Legends to make an epic return, and that's really the most exciting aspect. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know if you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.